Hello, hello. Okay, welcome to Yoga on Sunday with me. I'm so excited to be here with you. We're going to end promptly at 10:45 because I am going to various places in New Jersey to go house hunting. Yes, my family and I are thinking about moving into a house, buying a home, and it is, I don't know if anyone out there has bought a home, but it's kind of a crazy process. There's a lot of unknowns, but this is all universal stuff. Like we all deal with the fear of the unknown as we start a new chapter of life or anything really. And I've been thinking today's topic is about patience because as I was pondering about the feelings that I'm holding about the fear of the unknown, I was journaling about it. And there are three things that came to me that are sort of like antidotes for the fear of the unknown. And that's really where this class sprung from. And I think one antidote is just acceptance, right? Because if we keep fighting this feeling of the unknown, then we're causing actually more struggle. Acceptance is just it's always like the granddaddy of practices. Because once you do that, you just stop struggling. You stop pushing against that wall. You just allow and accept what's happening. So number one is acceptance. And the other one is trust. Trust. And it's so hard to trust when you have that fear of the unknown. For example, for me, it's hard for me to trust sometimes that my son will be okay in the new school district, perhaps if we move there. It's hard to trust that things will unfold, that I will be living in a community that would be accepting of a family like ours, that it would be a progressive community, all the things that I'm looking for in a community. Will that happen? I don't know. Trusting is a huge thing, but I have to trust. I think we all have to trust that things will work out for the highest good for everyone involved, because ultimately we are here on earth to experience, and the universe doesn't put labels like good or bad experiences. Only we do that as humans. Only our ego does that. We like to say, this is a bad experience, this is a good experience. But what I truly believe is that the universe gives us, quote, just experiences to learn from. We have to go through them, and they may feel bad or good, but they're all perceptions of our own minds. So that is what I believe. I don't know what you believe, but if that resonates, let me know. So one is acceptance. Two is trusting that everything will unfold for the highest good, and that we're just here to learn and love. And that's really a deep belief of mine. And three is joy, cultivating joy. We need joy in our lives. This is such an underrated thing. Like, we don't think about it because we're too busy working, but you must continue to do what gives you joy in your life, whatever that is for you. For me, it's creating art and dancing in my room. And I lied, there's one more, and it's actually today's topic, which is patience. That is also another antidote, I believe, for me, for combating this fear of the unknown. Because patience, man, I think, well, you know what? I'm not going to talk too much about it. I want you to engage and think about, as we move our body today, think about what it feels like in your body to cultivate patience. What does it feel like when you're in a situation and you're not being patient? And if you've had moments in your life where you did shift, you said, okay, I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to just not react and be patient in this situation with myself, with the situation, with whatever is happening. It's a time to, instead of going external for validation, I think for me, patience is a time to stop and go inward and get the validation from the internal experience. So in Buddhism, there are these things called paramitas. You can look it up, paramitas. They're called perfections and virtues. And the first one is generosity. And I think patience is the third paramita. And it's basically a practice, something that we practice. So as we move today, I want you to notice what it feels like to cultivate this energy of patience for yourself, for your life, with others, and notice how that feels in your body, in your spirit, and in your mind, what these sensations are. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. For your props, you'll obviously have a yoga mat. If you have blocks, great. If not, that's okay. And I would just bring a book about 2 inches thick and have that at the one end of your mat. So let's get started here. And let's come to a devotional pose. So knees wide, palms down, and stretch those palms almost to the very tip of your yoga mat. I just want you to feel like taffy right now, and just heavy taffy. Let your head fall to the mat. And as you make contact, release the weight of your head, your arms. Release the weight of your hips. Let them sink down. I really want you to take this moment to ground yourself. And just taking a moment before we begin to move, taking a moment to think about this practice of patience. Think about an aspect, a part of your life where you can actively practice this paramita, this virtue. Maybe it's with a relationship, maybe it's with your career, maybe it's with yourself. What part of your life, can you cultivate this practice of patience? And I want you to imagine, as your head is still grounded on the mat, I want you to imagine if you started to practice this more and more, this sense of patience with whatever that aspect of your life is whatever you've brought up. What would that look like for you? How would your life feel? How would your life look like? And as you imagine, use your imagination. I want you to notice your body. If you had more ease with this aspect of your life, where you are able to bring more patience in, how would that make your body feel? How would that inform your spirit, your energy, your mind? Good. Thank you for doing that exercise with me. And I want you to keep that through line, that energy throughout this whole class as we, continue to embody this feeling of patience. So lift up your head on an inhale and walk your hands over to your right. I like to do this to warm up our body. And when you find sort of the edge there, lower your head again and really feel that stretch. Oh boy, I feel it in my lower left hip, lower left back. Just breathe into the sensations that are lighting up in your body. Just breathe into it. And if you want to breathe in a color, go ahead and do that. Deep exhales. Good. On your next inhale, your head floats up and you gently walk your palms over to your left, finding that edge and lowering down. Noticing what part of your body is lighting up here. And breathing into it, maybe a color, maybe just deepening with your breath. Great. And on your next inhale, your head rises up and come up to center. And lower your head again, the center. And take 3 deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, breathing in through your nose, filling up your whole body, your hips, your feet, your hands. And out through your mouth, just release. Breathing in again. Full body breath. Your ribs filling up. And exhale out of your mouth. Excellent. On your next inhale, come up to a table. Okay, just making sure your shoulder sockets are aligned above with your elbows and your wrists, and your hips are right over your knees. And here, let's do a cat-cow, all right? So as you breathe in, we're going to lift our chest and lower our belly. And breathing out, press into your palms, round your back, drop your head, and really press into those palms, allowing your back, your spine to reach to the ceiling. Again, cow, dropping your belly, lifting and opening your heart, breathing in. And reverse, cat, head drops. Breathing in, belly to the mat, heart opening. And cat, rounding your back, head is heavy, you're leaning into your palms. One last one, breathing in, belly to the mat, opening your heart to this virtue of patience. And rounding your back, pressing your palms, head down. Maybe this is sort of a bow to this patience, this virtue of patience. All right, now neutral table, you're back to table, and we're going to extend our right leg out straight. And here we're just gonna rock back and forth to just gently wake up our leg, our hamstrings, our calves. Just being really gentle with ourselves, allowing whatever is coming up to be held in a state of understanding and patience. On your next inhale, lift up that extended leg, and exhale, take it to the opposite side of your body, to your left side, and then look at your toes. So your body's creating sort of a C shape, and breathe here, looking at your toes, feeling that stretch, your full body stretch. For a deeper stretch, you can see if you can bring your nose a little closer to your toes. Deep breath. Good. On your next inhale, come back to center, and you can lower your knee down. Let's do the other side, extending your left leg and just rocking back and forth, sending some love and patience and kindness to your left extended calf, hamstring. Just appreciating your body right now, all that it does for you. Good. On your next inhale, lift up that extended leg and take it over to the right side. Toes are down, looking at your toes, breathing. Just being with the sensations here. You can deepen by bringing your toes closer to your nose. or your nose closer to your toes rather. Good. And on your next in breath, you can raise up that foot and come back to table. Good. Come down to your forearms. We're going to do dolphin pose. So you're grounded on your forearms. You can clasp and interlace your fingers if you like. Tuck your toes in. All right. And before we go into full dolphin, I want you to just hover first. This is going to be a core engaging exercise. So you're going to push into your forearms and push into the toes so much that your knees begin to rise and hover, and just let your knees hover like 3 inches above the mat and engage that core. You can think of a midline in your body that you're hugging or engaging your inner thighs. Lower your knees and rest. Let's do that again. Press into your palms, your forearms and your toes. Hover your knees. Hug that midline. You can really feel that contraction in your abdominals. And maybe even in your quads. That's where I feel it. And now lower. Let's do that one more time. Feel your heart. All right, press into your forearms, your toes, hover. And as you squeeze that midline, it's not like a contraction that feels like it's tightening. It's more of an expansive contraction. It's a contradiction. And now lower. Okay, just rest here for a second. Notice your heartbeat. Now let's come to a full dolphin. So we're going to press into the forearms, your toes, let your hips come up to the ceiling. Your head is just flopping down, okay? You have no tension in your neck. Just let it flop so you can gaze between your feet. And here, let's begin to pedal out our legs so you can energetically pull the heel down to your yoga mat, alternating your left and your right. Just be here with your body right now. Notice what it's saying to you. What does it need? How does it feel? On your next inhale, lift both heels. And exhale, both heels go down energetically towards the mat. Your knees could be bent, dolphin pose. Really press into those forearms. Your hips are high. Good. Now lower your knees and come back down to devotional child's pose. And just rest here, just for a moment. Good. Notice what's here for you. Notice how your energy is maybe beginning to wake up, starting to get a little sparkly. On your next inhale, come up to table. Okay. Now we're going to come to a downward facing dog. So here, all we have to do is just press into your palms, press into the balls of your feet, let your hips rise. Your head again is just falling between your arms. And another adjustment you can make here is you can shine the pits of your elbows forward just a little, okay? That will help broaden out your back. And just let your head drop. Good. Now release that right leg out, extend it out. Your hips are still parallel, okay? Your hips are still parallel to the short edge of the mat. Breathe here. And now open up that hip, three-legged dog. So that knee is going back and your feet, just let the gravity pull that foot down. And breathe into your hips. And now take that top knee and bring it down towards your nose, and then plant that right foot between your hands. Good. Here, if you have a block, you can use them and just put them right framing your foot. If not, you can just be on your fingertips, okay? And here, just ground your hands or your fingertips and lift up your heart. Feeling that stretch in the hips, in your groin. And now we're going to lift that bottom knee that's off, lift it off the mat, okay? And we're going to come and just bring your head to your knee, your front knee. So we're kind of in a big, long runner stretch, and just breathe here for one breath here. Feeling that back calf stretch. And now I want you to step that back foot up a little bit, maybe a foot. So now both of your feet are facing forward. They're sort of like side, like on a train track. And so that back foot is comfortably sort of in this position. And here, this is a pyramid pose we can do. And so if you have your blocks, you can come to the highest point. If not, again, just stay on your fingertips, all right? All right, and here, try to find your flat back. So what you're gonna do is try to lift your heart, and you'll find a flat back here. Breathing in, and then lower down. Just drop your head, let your belly meet your thigh. Again, let's find that flat back. Rising up, flat back. Heart is slightly lifted. And then down again, belly to your thigh, head is just hanging down. Good. All right. Now, flat back one more time. All right. And then here, we're going to engage our core by engaging the inner thighs together or hugging your midline, and really engage that so they can start lifting up through your flat back to standing position. Okay, awesome. Just stay right there as I modify my computer a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're here. All right, so we're here. Now I want you to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and breathe out. Down your back. Let's do that one more time. Shrugging it up and down your back. Good. Now raise your arms up toward the sky as you look up, opening your heart, breathing in, and lower down, arms down. Now we're very easy to go into we're in a perfect position to go into warrior one. All you have to do is with that back foot, step it out into an angle, okay? Find that warrior one and bend your front knee. Find your warrior one and engage your inner thighs together, energetically together. Good. Feel the soles of your feet grounding down. Your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. Feel the left outer edge of your left foot. See if you can ground that edge down of your left foot. Good. And now put your hands on your hips and notice if they're not parallel to the fretted edge of the mat, slowly shift them so they're parallel to the front edge of the mat. And here, pick a point in front of you. Breathe in, release your arms up toward the sky. Open up your heart, breathing in. And breathe out. Energize your fingertips. Take 2 more breaths. Cultivating patience with yourself, with me, with whatever comes up for you. One more breath. Good. And now lower your arms. Your hands are planted around your foot, and then you can simply come down to your knees and just rest for a moment. Let's just do a child's pose before we do the other side. You can totally be vocal here. No one's watching. So just let it out, be vocal. It feels good. Let the vibration of your vocalizing travel through your body. So just give it a shot. Or you can go, Let's do that again. Do you feel that vibration traveling in your body? It's amazing. All right, let's try and do the other side now, the sequence that we've just done. So come up to a table, and we're going to go right into a downward facing dog. So tucking in your toes and lifting up your hips. Palms are grounded, the pits of your elbows are shining forward. Okay, there could be a bend in your knees. Downward facing dog. Breathing here. And, feel free to bring some organic movement at any time. We're not statues. You're constantly having a conversation with your body, all right? All right, so we're going to release and extend our left leg out, but make sure your hips are still parallel to the front edge of your mat or the back edge of your mat, right? So we're not opening up yet. So just feel that stretch, probably in your right calf. And now we can bend that top knee, open up your hip, equal weight on your palms. And that back leg is just letting the gravity's helping it. Pull it down, opening up your hip, breathing. Good. Now bring gently that top knee back and closer to your nose. Step that left foot forward and lower your knee, back knee down. Grab your blocks or be on your fingertips. I'll be on my fingertips this time. And ground down into those fingertips or your block and just open up your heart here. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Breathe into that stretch in your groin. Send patience. All right. Now we're going to lift that back leg and come to a long runner stretch. So just basically straighten that front knee. So you're in a long runner stretch. Your hands can come down to your palms, or if you're still in your blocks, that's okay. Just drop your head here and just take a couple of breaths. Good. And now step comfortably, maybe a foot or so, step that back leg forward. Okay, so you're in a comfortable position here. And come to your blocks at the highest point, or come to your fingertips and see if you can find a flat back by gently lifting up your heart, breathing in, and then exhale, forward fold. Just let your belly meet your thigh, let your head hang. Now rising again to a flat back, breathing in and fall forward. Another time, breathing in, flat back. Heart is shining forward here, and your shoulders are away from your ears. Okay, so you're not scrunching up. And fall forward. Good. And here we're going to come to a flat back, and then we're going to rise all the way up. All right, so come to that flat back again, breathing in. hugging that midline, and rise up slowly as you engage that core. See how essential it is to engage that core when you rise up. If you don't do it, you're going to have a hard time, or even maybe possibly injure yourself. So here we are. We're going to shrug our shoulders up and breathe out, down. One more time, shrugging it up. And melt the shoulder blades down your back. Good. Breathing in, your arms come up to the sky, your gaze, your heart opens. And exhale, your arms float down. Good. And here, let's find our warrior one on this side. So we're going to kind of scoot that back leg off to an angle, and we're going to bend that front knee. All right. If your knee is tracking above your ankle, right? And your hips are parallel to the front edge of the mat. So we're stretching our psoas muscle here. This is such a great pose. But first, we're going to ground down through our feet. We always ground through our feet first whenever we do our standing poses. So feeling the soles of your feet, the outer edge of your right foot, feel that ground down. Okay, so we can start with our hips being our hands on our hips to make sure that that's parallel to the front edge of the mat. And just allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears. And now breathing in, release your hands up toward the sky. Opening up your heart, energizing your fingertips, but lowering your shoulders away from your ears. Lengthening your collarbone and inviting, accepting, trusting. 2 more breaths. Good. And then you can bring your hands back down to frame your foot. Step that foot back, lower your knees. And again, let's come to child's pose and just rest. I don't know about you, but my lower back is talking very loudly to me right now. So I'm just going to go and send it some love and some breath. I think the stress from the moving and all that, it's stored. It gets stored in our bodies, right? The stress gets stored. So can you locate any part that needs your loving care, that needs your patience right now and some understanding? Just take this moment to give it to yourself, your body. Awesome. All right. So I want you to come to your bottom, and I'm just going to do a couple of sitting exercises before we cool down. All right. So you're sitting here, your legs are bent, the soles of your feet are on the ground, and we're going to come to a boat pose. All right. So we're going to start by just holding your back thighs together. All right. And let's just do this step by step. Let's first of all find a flat back so we're not crouched like this, nice and you're sitting up tall, and you can lean back. So we're just kind of like leaning back a little bit. And as you lean back, you can lift up your right shin, lift up your left shin, and find that balance. Okay, it might be a little wobbly, that's okay. And here, again, find that midpoint in your body, and you can think about hugging it or energizing your inner thighs, finding that balance. If you want to make this more challenging, you can let go of your arms. And if you want to make it even more challenging, you can straighten your legs. And what's important here is to find a spot in front of you where your gaze can rest on. Breathing. And I can bet you right now that you need to release your jaw. So release your jaw, release Relax your face. And now let that go. Come back to sitting. You can just sit up straight, relax. Just take a moment before we do that again. All right, straight back. Lean it back. Hands behind your thighs if you wish. One leg up, the other leg up. Okay, finding that drishti, your focal point in front of you. Relaxed eyes. If you want to go ahead and challenge yourself, you can. Arms can release. Your legs could straighten if you want, or just stay where you're comfortable. Okay, this is not a competition. Relax your face, drop your jaw, relax your eyes. Do you feel that sense of calmness there, somewhere among the shaking and the rattling and the jostling? This is a wonderful pose for that. And they all are really, but this one is very pronounced for me. Okay, come back to sitting. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we're gonna cool down because it's already almost 10:45 and I need to stop on the dot today because I have to go look for houses. So just come to your back. Actually, let's just roll. Massage our back a little. So do a little rocking and rolling. Yeah. It's really good to see you today. I'm feeling so much better after doing some yoga with you. I hope you feel good too. All right, and come down, let your back rest. And I would love to do a happy baby. So you can grab the outer edge or the inner edge of your feet. Experiment, see what feels good for you. And maybe you want to try something different. And you can just start to rock left, right. And as you do that, you can really sense like your kidneys being massaged as well, your organs. I can feel my spine as I pass the center. Really noticing and being with our body, honoring our body. Oxygenating, I can't see the word, oxygenating, that's it, oxygenating our body. I also love this pose because I just feel like a baby. And, you know, I often think about trying to regain that baby perspective of the beginner's mind, of having everything feel like it's for the first time and not being so quick to label things. Yeah, it's a great, great perspective to have. Okay, we can let that down. And let's do a full body stretch. Make yourself into a pencil. Your hands are reaching above your head. Your toes are stretching the opposite direction. Make yourself really like a long spaghetti. Stretch, 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 stretch. And let it go. Awesome, awesome. Bring your right leg to your chest and you can flex that foot and just hug that right knee to your chest. And now gently guide that knee across your body to your left side. Your right arm goes out to T as well as your gaze. Make sure that right shoulder is grounded down. Inviting breath into your rib cage. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can gently put some pressure with your hand on your right knee, your right thigh. Just gently. Good. Come back to center. Let's take the other leg, your left knee, hug it to your chest. And on your next inhale, just guide it gently to your right side, grounding the left shoulder, Taking your left arm out to T as well as your gaze. What have you learned about being patient with yourself during this class? It's an ongoing practice. Maybe you've planted some seeds here today. And now bring that knee back to center, and let's come to constructive resting pose, which is my kind of Shavasana. Put that book, if you have it, behind your head, and your knees are bent, soles of your feet flat on the ground. I love this more than Shavasana itself because my lower back is supported. You can feel that connection with the sacrum, with the ground. So you can allow your eyelids to close, just allow your arms to flop next to wherever they're next to. Let your shoulders rest, your jaw relax. And this is the time where you can just give yourself permission to do nothing. Because often we don't do this ever in our modern lives. So just do nothing. Just be here and rest. And let the benefits of class, just let it wash over you. But you don't have to do anything. Just be. Whatever is arising in your consciousness, see if you can just let it land on a cloud of understanding, maybe some joy, maybe some compassion, acceptance, and maybe just a little patience. You can roll over now to your right or left side into fetal pose. Just taking a beat here. And with your top palm, ground that down and push into that palm. Let the rest of your body be relaxed, and that should help you come up to a sitting position. And I have to say, my hair always looks fantastic when I do that. I thank you so much for your participation in class today. It was really, really great to be here with you.
I hope everything goes well with the house hunting today.
Thank you so much, Dana. I really appreciate your wish. Mike, it was great to see you. All right. I hope this was beneficial today, and I hope this starts your Sunday in a great way. So I wish you the best. Namaste. And just sending energy to all of you to cultivate, and including myself, to cultivate a more sense of patience toward ourselves. So namaste to that. Bye.